Welcome, traveler of the mind. Let me welcome you back to this space of absolute tranquility, where all the anxieties of your long day come to a halt right outside the door. Before we begin our journey northward together, to a land of legends flickering beside ancient hearth fires and mystical horses stepping out of the frost and snow, let us grant ourselves a few brief moments to be still, to truly be present here, right now. There is an ancient philosophy that says, the human mind is much like the waters of a great river, flowing through a wild, boundless forest. On stormy days, when the winds blow fiercely and everything is in constant motion, those waters become agitated, muddy, and unable to reflect anything at all. Yet, when the bitter winter arrives, that same river chooses to pause, draping itself in a serene, still coat of ice, as crystal clear as a magnificent ribbon of glass. This is not the stillness of death, but a sacred rest, a patient gathering of inner strength while awaiting the sun. Your mind is just the same. After a long journey filled with turbulence, it needs a space to close its eyes, to return to its most original, peaceful, and gentle state. Tonight, we seek nothing distant. We simply allow ourselves to stop, to listen, and to be enveloped in absolute safety. Now, gently find a very comfortable and easy position on your cozy bed. You may lie on your back with your arms resting naturally by your sides, or curl up on your side, as long as you feel your body is fully and completely supported. Adjust your pillow. Pull the warm blanket up to your chest and let the warmth begin to spread, comforting your skin. When you feel everything is completely ready, slowly, gently close your eyes. Let your eyes rest after a long day of enduring light and bustling images. The window to your soul is now closed, and a quiet, soothing inner space is unfolding within you. Let us take a few slow, deep breaths together to let the body automatically activate its natural state of deep relaxation. Inhale gently through your nose, feeling the cool, crisp, and pure air slowly entering your nostrils, filling your chest, expanding your lungs, and softly rising your abdomen. Hold that breath for just a brief moment, feeling life existing peacefully in every single cell. Then, very slowly and gently, exhale through your slightly parted lips, letting the exhale last longer than the inhale. Imagine as though you are releasing all the pressures, the lingering thoughts, and the heavy burdens from your shoulders into the space outside, carried away with that warm breath. Continue to repeat this breathing rhythm once more. Inhale deeply, bringing stillness, freshness, and a sense of safety deep into your body. Exhale very slowly, very softly, completely letting go of all strain, all tension in your muscles. Yes, just naturally like that. Let your breath return to its own biological rhythm. You do not need to try to control it. You do not need to try to do anything at all. Simply be aware of the air flowing in and out, like gentle waves on a distant ocean, softly washing over the sandy shore, and then receding, steady, rhythmic, and eternal. Now, direct your attention to the muscle groups across your body. Let us begin at the crown of your head. Feel your scalp completely relaxing, the blood vessels beneath flowing smoothly and evenly. This relaxation slowly trickles down to your forehead. Let your forehead become smooth and calm, without a single line of worry or thought. Relax the muscles around your eyes, letting your eyes sink gently into their sockets. Relax your cheeks, your mouth, and especially your jaw. If you are unconsciously clenching your teeth, part them slightly, letting your tongue rest naturally. Your entire face now radiates peace and relief, like a child fast asleep. The warmth and relaxation continue to flow down into your neck, your nape, and then spread across your shoulders. Your shoulders, which carry so many responsibilities every day, can now just let go, sinking deep into the soft support of the mattress. The feeling of relaxation is like a warm stream of water, slowly flowing down both arms, through the elbows, the wrists, and flooding into the very tips of your fingers. You might feel a slight tingling or a gentle warmth in your fingertips, a sure sign of deep relaxation. Next, feel your back, your entire spine, from your neck down to your lower back, is maximizing its relaxation. The back muscles loosen, soothing away all fatigue. Your chest and abdomen move up and down gently and rhythmically with each natural breath. The relaxation continues to spread down to your hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and finally to the soles of your feet and your toes. Your entire body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, is now completely released from any stiffness. You feel your body becoming incredibly light, as if floating effortlessly on a soft cloud, or, conversely, heavy and warm, sinking deep into your beloved bed. You are in an extremely safe space, a place where no one can disturb you, where nothing requires your immediate attention. Your only task right now is to rest and enjoy this absolute peace. Before we walk together into the world of Northern legends, if you love this quiet space and wish to find your way back to this peace every night, please take a small moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a gentle message in the comments below. Your companionship is a warm source of energy that helps me continue creating even more wonderful spaces for relaxation. But for now, let your mind completely unwind and let me gently guide you across the boundary of reality into a faraway land where frost, mist, and wonders await. Now, as your body sinks completely into a state of profound relaxation, let me take the hand of your mind and gently guide you away from the bustling world of reality. We begin a journey backward through time and space, crossing vast oceans, scaling towering mountain ranges, to travel toward the north, to the very edge of the earth. The space around you begins to shift, fading away, replaced by an atmosphere that is incredibly crisp, boundless, and refreshingly cool. You are entering a legendary realm, a place where time seems to stand still and nature preserves its pristine, most primal beauty, just as it was at the dawn of creation. Welcome to Yakutia, a land resting quietly in the embracing arms of the wild, boundless Taiga forest of remote Siberia. Take a deep breath to feel the drifting, gentle coolness of the north caressing your skin. The cold here is not harsh, nor does it cause you any discomfort, because around you there is always a warm, secure shield of protective energy. The air is so pure that with each breath, your entire mind is cleansed, washing away any remaining dust and worries. The scenery appears before you, ethereal and shimmering under the silver glow of the northern night sky. Right now, you are standing before the proud Lena River, the great life vein of this land. As winter reigns, the vast surface of the river has frozen completely solid, forming a gargantuan ribbon of crystal that stretches endlessly to the horizon. This coat of ice is perfectly flat, as transparent as nature's own mirror, reflecting the twinkling stars high above. You step softly onto the ice, feeling the solid, firm support beneath the soles of your feet. Each step is light and graceful, without a single sound, leaving only absolute silence enveloping all things. You look up at the sky, and a magical spectacle unfolds before your eyes. The northern lights, the aurora, are beginning their wondrous dance. Colossal ribbons of soft emerald green light, interwoven with brilliant shades of purplish pink, curve and sway across the night sky, like the silken drapes of gods in flight. The light is not blinding, but soft and mystical, casting its colors upon the endless forests of pine and fir in the vast taiga. The ancient trees stand in quiet contemplation along the riverbank, their branches covered in a thick layer of soft, fluffy white snow, looking like giant cotton trees. The entire forest seems to be sinking into a long winter sleep, tranquil and serene. Occasionally, a very gentle breeze drifts by, softly shaking loose a few tiny particles of snow that shimmer under the auroral light like diamonds falling to the earth. This space makes you feel small, yet incredibly safe, cradled and protected by nature within a magnificent cocoon of peace. In the distance, by the edge of the forest, a small, warm orange-gold glow flickers, releasing a thin wisp of white smoke that curls and rises into the air. This is the firelight glowing from a traditional Balagan wooden house of the Saka people. The house, with its thick, clay-coated slanted walls, stands firmly amidst the white snow, looking incredibly cozy and inviting. Let us walk toward that house together. As you step closer, you will notice something truly extraordinary. The windows of the house are not made of ordinary glass, but are carved with immense skill from the crystal-clear ice blocks of the Lena River. Through this magical frozen lens, the warm firelight from within shines outward, blending with the aurora light cascading from the sky, creating a shimmering, legendary spectrum of colors that seems to have stepped out of an ancient fairy tale. This background setting is the very place where our story is born, a world of pure ice and snow, of mystical light, and of human warmth that always stays alive beside the ancient hearth. Your mind has now completely harmonized with this space, becoming as still as the surface of the Lena River, as clear as the northern frost mist, and ready to listen to the deepest, most profound echoes. Keep this sense of tranquility and continue to sink deep into the plush support of your bed, because right now, the door of the Balagan wooden house will gently open, bringing us into the world of Grandfather Altan, the little granddaughter Altinai, and the magical white horse Kahasta. Stepping across the thick wooden door of the Balagan house, a wave of deep warmth, rich with the scent of pine wood and baked clay, gently touches your skin, completely dispelling the drifting chill of the outside world. Now, you are present in the cozy living space of a 3-generation Saka family. In the center of the room, the Olok hearth fire crackles happily, its golden orange flames dancing merrily, illuminating the gentle face of Grandfather Altan, the bright eyes of his little granddaughter Altinai, which shine like stars in the night sky, and the magical white horse Kasta, who stands with his head leaned over from the adjacent sheltered stall, his warm breath rising in thin, gentle wisps of mist. This winter in the land of Yakutia was far harsher than usual. The city of Yakutsk and all the surrounding villages were submerged in dense blankets of ice fog. This was a frost so thick that the moisture in the air froze instantly, falling to the ground like solid particles of dust that crunched softly beneath one's heels. Looking out from the frozen ice windows of the Balagan house, the landscape seemed to dissolve into a banglang, silvery white blur. Yet within Altinai's heart, an anxiety loomed much larger than the -60-degree cold outside. Only 1 month remained until Wisiak, the greatest summer festival of the Saka people, the day they welcome the sun and offer thanks to the spirits after months of endless ice and snow. This year, Altinai had been chosen as the lead girl to guide the traditional Osuokhay round dance, an incredibly immense honor that every Saka girl dreamed of. However, her festive headdress, a precious family heirloom of silver, adorned with exquisite, intricate tassels that draped down past both temples, had been lost during a fierce blizzard last year. As the family migrated from their summer Urasa tent back to their winter Balagan home, without that headdress, the dance of gratitude would not be complete, and Altinai feared that the sun would not hear her prayers to return to this land. One evening, as the northern lights began to dance across the night sky, weaving magnificent ribbons of emerald green and purplish pink outside, Altinai sat sorrowfully by the Olok hearth fire. The little girl gently brushed her hand against her thick Kanik fur coat, letting out a soft, faint sigh. Grandfather Altan looked at his granddaughter, smiling gently. He understood completely the heavy thoughts weighing upon her small shoulders. Without saying a word, he reached out and took his Khomus, a small metal jaw harp deeply bound to the soul of the Saka people, a treasure that had accompanied him through countless seasons of thawing snow. He placed the instrument to his lips, and a deep, resonant, and vibrating melody began to spread throughout the room. Blending with the crackling of the firewood, the sound of the Khomus was truly magical. It was not loud, but rustled softly, like the wind weaving through the pine ridges of the Taiga forest, and at times it clicked, like the rhythmic stepping of horse hooves upon hardened snow, carrying an incredibly soothing cadence that calmed the human heart. The entire room seemed to immerse itself in a legendary realm of sound, where all anxieties appeared to dissolve entirely into the hearth smoke. After the final vibration faded into the warmth of the fire, Grandfather Altan lowered the Khomus and spoke comfortingly. Altanai, my granddaughter, the Saka spirits never abandon their children who know how to listen to nature. Do you hear the voice of the Lena River whispering beneath the layer of ice? Altine raised her clear eyes, still touched with a hint of sorrow, to look at her grandfather. But grandfather, without the silver headdress, I cannot perform the Osuokhay dance to call the sun back. I am afraid this winter will last forever. At that moment, from the doorway leading to the attached warm stable, the white horse Kasta let out a soft, gentle neigh. He stepped closer, his large, warm muzzle nudging Altanai's shoulder as if to soothe and comfort his little mistress. Unlike any other horse breed in the world, the Yakut horses of the Saka people possess an extraordinary ability to endure the bitterest cold, their coats growing as thick and dense as a warm cocoon, protecting them from any storm. Kasta was not merely a domestic animal. He was a loyal friend, a sacred creature capable of deep empathy, who understood the speech of humans. Grandfather Altan stroked his snow-white beard, his eyes shining with the brilliant wisdom of a man who had lived through 100 snowmelts. The legends of the Tuimaata Valley, the birthplace of our people, tell us this: what the blizzard takes away, the blizzard shall return. Where the Lena pillars cast their shadows, tomorrow, when the ice fog thins, you and I shall go with Kahasta to find the answer. Grandfather Altan's words were like a spark that warmed the fire of faith within Altanai's heart. That night, the little girl slept a sound, beautiful sleep, free from any nightmares of sweeping blizzards. The next morning, as the lazy dawn crept over the northern horizon, bringing with it weak but crystal clear rays of light, the grandfather and granddaughter began to prepare for their journey. They dressed themselves in snug winter attire, thick kainik coats made of animal hide and heavy fur hats that completely covered their ears, and torbasa boots crafted from reindeer leather, which were soft yet incredibly warm. They led Kasta out, stepping onto the frozen surface of the Lena River, which lay as flat as a gargantuan sheet of jade. The white horse Kasta walked with immense stability, his thick mane swaying gently with each rhythmic step. The journey to the Lena Pillars Nature Park was long and filled with challenges. The deeper they ventured upstream, the more silent and magnificent the space became. Towering stone columns, rising hundreds of meters high like giant guardians made of stone, stood majestically along the riverbank, their peaks capped with layers of pristine white snow for millions of years. The wind blowing through the rocky crevices created howling, icy echoes, sounding like an ancient song of the wild earth. But the footsteps of the three travelers, 2 humans and 1 horse, never faltered. They leaned on one another, sharing warmth and unwavering faith. As they stood beneath the grandest and tallest stone column, Altini looked around, only to see a vast expanse of white snow and gray rock. The little girl sighed softly, stroking the thick mane of the white horse. Kasta, do you catch the scent of the silver headdress? Osuokhay whispered into the horse's ear. The white horse suddenly stopped, his ears pricking up to listen. He sniffed the crisp air, then, unexpectedly, turned his direction. Heading toward a large rocky recess right at the base of the colossal column, Kahasta used his powerful hooves to strike firmly against the enveloping blanket of ice and snow. Grandfather Altan and Altinai rushed over. Together, they cleared away the loose top layers of snow. Inside the recess, buried deep beneath the drifts through a long winter, was an old but intact oak chest. As Altinai tremblingly brushed away the final frost and opened the lid, a brilliant shimmer reflected from the ice crystals, causing her to blink in sheer wonder. It was indeed the ancestral silver headdress. The silver plates, engraved with images of the sacred divine bird, and the traditional water wave patterns of the Saka people, remained completely whole, untouched by time or frost. The silver tassels jingled softly against one another as Altinai lifted the headdress, producing a clear, delicate chime like the wind bells of the spirits. But the magic did not stop there. Inside the chest lay a small leather pouch filled to the brim with wild northern berries, perfectly dried from the previous summer, a precious gift from the old forest, rewarding their courage and perseverance. The spirits have protected it for you, Altinai, Grandfather Altan said, his voice trembling with emotion, his eyes misting with happiness. Nature takes away one thing from us, but she will return another, if only we know how to be patient and appreciative. Altinai pressed the silver headdress tightly to her chest, her tears falling and instantly freezing into tiny, glistening beads upon the snow. Kasta nudged his head gently into her hand, as if he too were sharing in this profound joy. They returned to the Balagan house as night fell, and the sky was once again illuminated by the brilliant ribbons of the aurora. To celebrate their miraculous success, Grandfather Altan prepared a traditional dinner typical of the Siberian region. Using a small, razor-sharp knife, he shaved paper-thin slices of frozen salmon, freshly caught from deep, beneath the icy crust of the Lena River. These thin curls of fish, beautifully spiraled, were the traditional Stroganina. Altinai received a slice of Stroganina from her grandfather, dipped it lightly into a small dish of salt and pepper, and placed it into her mouth. The sweet, clean, and rich flavor of the frozen salmon merged with a numbing chill on the tip of her tongue, quickly melting away and bringing an extraordinary sensation of refreshment and renewed vitality. Afterward, the grandfather and granddaughter drank warm, pleasantly tart gulps of kumis, fermented mare's milk, and enjoyed flatbread served with kyorchek, a special cream whipped from fresh milk, and the dried wild berries they had just found within the oak chest. The Balagan home was filled with laughter and profound warmth, completely banishing the icy frost outside the window. Time glided by swiftly, and the harsh winter eventually yielded to the arrival of summer, following the eternal, cyclical rhythm of nature. The magical phenomenon of the white nights appeared over the land of Yakutia when the sun never truly dipped below the horizon line. The night sky remained silver, ethereal, and romantic, like a poetic painting. Lush green meadows, brimming with life, stretched across the entire Tuimada Valley, completely replacing the blanket of fallen snow. The frozen rivers thawed, and the great Lena surged onward, murmuring joyfully under the continuous sunlight. The Waisak festival finally arrived. Everywhere across the Tuimada Valley, the sounds of joyful laughter, rhythmic footsteps, and celebratory greetings echoed as people gathered from all directions. Altinai stepped out into the middle of the vast meadow in her most magnificent festive attire. She wore a sky blue velvet caftan that mirrored the summer sky, cinched at the waist with a leather belt intricately inlaid with fine silver. Upon her head, the grand silver headdress shone radiantly under the midnight sun, its silver tassels draping past her temples. Swaying gently and chiming melodiously with her graceful steps, the white horse Kasta was also beautifully groomed, his mane neatly brushed, standing proudly and majestically beside his little mistress like a loyal guardian spirit. Grandfather Altan stood amidst the vast crowd, raising the Khomus to his lips. This time, the melody was no longer low, rumbling, or melancholic like those cold winter nights. Instead, it was vibrant, joyful, and soaring high into the blue sky, blending with the deep drums and the singing voices of thousands of Saka people, holding hands to form a gargantuan, rotating circle on the grass. Altinai proudly led the traditional Osuokhay round dance. She stepped in perfect harmony, hand in hand with her people, and the great circle grew wider and wider, spinning evenly, continuously beneath the never-setting sun of the northern summer. It was a moment of absolute, complete fulfillment, when humans, animals, and nature became one, celebrating together the rebirth of life and light after a long, dormant winter sleep. Each footstep pressing against the earth, Mother carried a profound prayer of gratitude to the Creator who had sheltered them through the dark days. The story of the mystical white horse Kahasta and the journey of the grandfather and granddaughter in the remote land of Yakutia is not merely a quest for a treasure swept away by a blizzard. It is a sacred hymn dedicated to the unbreakable bond between humanity and the wild natural world. Through the simple yet resilient life of the Saka people, amidst the freezing cold of Siberia, we find peaceful havens for our own souls. It offers a profound lesson on patience through adversity. For no matter how harsh and prolonged the winter may be, in summer, with its radiant sun, will surely return. It embodies the philosophy of harmony, of relying upon the Earth Mother, of treasuring every living creature around us, like the loyal horse Kasta, and of always honoring and preserving our traditional roots, the invisible thread of connection that forms the inner strength, helping us stand firm through all the blizzards of life. Now, Let the vibrant images of the Waisak festival slowly settle down within your mind. The silver light of the midnight sun over the Tuimata Valley begins to softly dim, fading away to make room for an atmosphere of absolute silence and deep tranquility. The lively rhythm of the Osuokhay round dance and the joyful laughter of thousands of Saka people drift further and further away into an endless space, leaving behind only peaceful echoes that dissolve gently into the quiet night. The pace of the story has slowed down, becoming very slow, much like the great Lena River after a long day of flowing, now softly lulling itself into a peaceful sleep beneath a sky full of stars. The vibrant melody of Grandfather Altan's Khomus is also lowering its pitch. That sound is no longer echoing powerfully. Instead, it has turned into a low hum, whispering softly like a winter breeze, weaving through the old pine ridges of the vast Taiga forest. The sound of the harp acts like a thin mist, wrapping gently around your consciousness, comforting you and brushing away the very last traces of your thoughts. Do you hear it? The footsteps of the white horse Kasta, treading lightly upon the soft summer grass, are growing sparse, steady, and increasingly faint. The gentle jingling of the silver tassels on Altanai's festive headdress is now nothing more than a faint, distant whisper, like tiny ice crystals falling softly in the night. Every sound, every color, and every image of that magical journey to the remote north is beginning to blend together, creating a soft, silken ribbon of drowsiness, drifting halfway between waking and sleep. The boundary between the world of the legend and the current space of your room is gradually washing away. You can no longer tell whether you are standing in the middle of the wild Siberian taiga or resting upon your own cozy bed. The deep warmth of the olak hearth fire and the soft touch of your blanket seem to merge into one, enveloping your body in a feeling of pure safety and comfort. The muscles across your body are completely letting go, freed from every single burden. Your mind is like a dry leaf, gently falling onto the surface of a still pond, creating not a single ripple, floating effortlessly, drifting peacefully into the realm of dreams. Everything around you is fading away. The towering Lena pillars, the thin curls of frozen Stroganina fish, the brilliant ribbons of the aurora dancing across the sky, all of them are stepping back into the distance, leaving behind an empty, peaceful, and worry-free space. You are sinking down, drifting away into a state of profound relaxation, where thoughts no longer have a shape, and awareness is nothing but a gentle, quiet stream. Just let yourself float away naturally like that, letting go completely, dissolving into the stillness of the dark night. Within your current space, everything has now completely surrendered to an absolute, serene silence. The gentle darkness wraps around you, bringing a sense of ultimate protection and profound comfort. Your breath has become entirely natural, steady, deep, and slow, Feel your chest softly rising and falling, moving in perfect harmony with the quiet, resting pulse of the Earth Mother beneath the deep northern ice. With every single exhale, you find yourself sinking deeper and deeper still into the plush, comforting support of your bed. There are no more stories left to listen to, no more images to follow. Your mind has become completely empty, smooth, and peaceful. Mirroring the still surface of the Lena River on a quiet winter night, you can safely let go of all awareness, allowing your body and soul to automatically drift into their most sacred state of rest. All the exhaustion carried from the long day has been fully comforted and cleared away, making room for a soothing wave of restorative energy that gently spreads through every single cell. Let sleep arrive in its own beautifully natural way, as soft as a leaf brushing against the water. You are drifting away into a good sleep, a deep, dreamless sleep where only pure peace and stillness nourish your consciousness. Just like that, sinking deeper, sleeping soundly, sleeping so very deep. When the morning sun of the new day awakens, when you rise with a body full of renewed vitality and a fresh mind, do not forget to find your way back to this peaceful space. Take a small, gentle moment to leave a message in the comments below, sharing your sleep journey tonight. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to walk together on future journeys of relaxation. But that is a matter for tomorrow when the dawn breaks. For now, your only task is to sleep beautifully. Sleep well, traveler of the mind. Let the whispering sounds of the Taiga forest and the deep warmth of the ancient hearth fire guide you into the deepest sleep. Sleep well, sleep deep, peace.